Hi and welcome to the Running Channel. I'm Anna and today we are joined by a very special guest in John Honekamp, who is the founder of Run Camp and also the co-founder of November Project in New York City. So who better to show us the secret places to run in New York City than John? Obviously not so secret if you are watching from New York. Anyway, while you're here, please do hit the subscribe button and tap the bell icon so you get notified when we upload new videos all about running to the Running Channel, which we do every single week. But for now, John, if you could show us around the best spots to run in New York.
Let's go.
So first up, we are at the northernmost borough of New York City in the Bronx, and this is Van Cortlandt Park. So John's brought us here today because this park has a lot of history when it comes to running, and in particular cross country.
Yeah, this park was, the cross-country course was opened in 1913. It's, I would say, the most famous cross-country course in America. See the skyline, New York, there's the Empire State Building, and that's only a few miles from here, but it does not feel like New York City.
And it's super easy to get here as well. You can come via public transport on the subway. It's the last stop on the one line.
Yeah. Get off at 242nd Street, and then within 100-meter walk, you're in the park. There's also a track, 400-meter oval, that people will utilize where they can do a little mix between track work and come in here and get in the warm up and cool down, and even some kind of longer intervals on the flats here. This is all flat, and this is the back hill.
And so there've been loads of really famous runners who have taken part in competitions here too.
Yeah, one of the more famous ones was Steve Prefontaine from Oregon, and the 1969 NCAA championships were here, which I believe is the last time that event was held here. And Steve got third. I think it's the only collegiate cross-country race he ever lost.
Amazing. And it's also super famous for something that's not running, but something that runners do love, and that is cake.
Yes, Lloyd's Carrot Cake is just about, it's probably in less than 100 meters from the finish line, or one of the finish lines. And we should definitely check that out.
Randalls and Ward's Islands are in Manhattan, but they're separated from the rest of busy Manhattan by the Harlem River, which you can probably see behind me. Now, the great thing about the Randalls and Ward's Islands is that they're both conjoined, so they've got miles and miles of pathways to run on, probably about 8 miles in total. They're wide, they're well paved, and they're flat. So it's great if you want to come and do a solid run without having to stop for crossings and all the rest of it that you would have to do in the main city itself. It's great for commuters here as well, so you'll often see lots of people on bikes and running because all of the paths connect to various different parts of New York City too. And really, this is a bit of a haven for runners and athletics fans alike. Not only is Randalls and Ward's Island a great place to come and run for yourself, but you might want to come and watch some running here as well, because it's home to the Icon Stadium. Now, they hold Diamond League events here. Usain Bolt ran his first 100-meter competition on that track and set the new world record, which has since been beaten again by Bolt. So it's a great place to come, have a look, maybe come and watch some great athletics as well. So John's brought us to Manhattan, and probably the most famous place for runners to go running in Manhattan would be Central Park, but we're actually at Fort Tryon Park and the Cloisters, which is a little bit different, somewhere different to run, absolutely beautiful, but you can get here from Central Park, right?
Yeah, you can run from Central Park. There's also 2 subway stops on either side, and it's one of the highest points of Manhattan. So if you're looking for a place to do some hill repeats, I've definitely done my fair share here.
And also, in a study of tweets and emojis, this place came out as the happiest place in Manhattan. So it's kind of easy to see why. This place is absolutely beautiful to come running. So we couldn't do a secret guide to running in New York without coming to Central Park, of course. Now, not quite so secret. Obviously, this is a really, really popular place for runners, and we've got the reservoir behind us, and this is an ideal spot for runners.
Yeah, it's very touristy, so especially early in the mornings or in the evenings, it's probably better to run here, especially if you're doing some quality running. But it's flat, it's 1.5 miles around. A great workout I like to do here is there's a lot of light posts all around, so which in the early morning or in the evening, it's well lit, good footing, and I'll do 10 light posts on and 5 off. and I'll flip-flop that for a 3-mile fartlek.
It is like a running track. You run one way. You can only go one way. There are rules, and you have to go anti-clockwise like you would on a track.
Keep the water on the left. I've definitely been on the receiving end of someone yelling at me for not following the rules.
So we're going to go and have a look at the bridle path as well, which is another really popular route for running in Central Park.
That's right.
Okay, so now we're on the bridle path, and you can tell because it's different underfoot.
Yeah, with urban running, you run into the problem of like beating up your knees and joints on the asphalt and the cement, and even the stop and go and getting off and on curbs. This is nice and wide, nice and soft. It can get a little muddy when it rains, but it's much better on the body to run on the soft surface.
I think, yeah, it's quite deceptive how big Central Park is until you actually get here, because this is my first time in New York, my first time in Central Park, and I didn't realise quite how large this place is. So really there's something for every kind of runner all within Central Park.
Yeah, there's hills, there's hard surface, soft surface. You will run slower on the soft surface.
Of course.
But I think it's worth the trade-off for a few seconds per mile or kilometer to make sure that your legs and joints are a little happier.
Definitely. So we're now in Queens, and a bit of a nondescript neighbourhood. This area is called Jamaica, and actually what you see behind me is just a regular block. It runs around a high school, but this is home to the Mount Everest of ultra running. So for all of you endurance running fans out there, this is the site of the Sri Chinmoy 3,100 mile race. So it starts in June every year, ends in August, and competitors have 52 days to complete this 3,100 mile challenge. The block, it's just a straight block, 4 sides to it, no road crossings, and it's just 0.5 miles long, just a tad over that. And competitors have from 6 a.m. in the morning until midnight to run as far as they can each day. So as I say, they have a 52-day deadline to complete this race. Now the world record holder for this race managed to do it in just over 40 days. And in 2019's competition, there were just 3 finishes. Even just walking around the once, it's pretty boring. So doing it 52 days in a row, you've got to have some kind of mental strength to get through that. So John's brought us to Red Hook track this morning, and I've just done a track workout with your Off the Hook track guys. So you guys come down and use this track every Tuesday?
Yeah, so we both ran the marathon 2 days ago, so it was quite challenging. But yeah, Tuesday mornings, 6:30 in the morning. This is one of 5 or 6 main tracks throughout the city. There's McCarran Park in Brooklyn, there's Red Hook here in Brooklyn, there's Astoria Park in Queens, and then the main 2 ones in Manhattan are the Lower East Side around East 6th Street, and then 137th Street Riverbank track are probably the 5 more common tracks. So a lot of options. But the beauty thing about Off the Hook Track Club is it's made up of multiple teams. So we're more just a training group, but Prospect Park Track Club, November Project New York, November Project Brooklyn, New York Athletic Club, South Brooklyn Runners are all Brooklyn Track Club. They all kind of come here because Tuesday at 6:30 in the morning works for their schedule. It's probably I would say one of the most the greatest cities in the world for running, as you guys are proving through this journey.
So John has brought us to Prospect Park, which is in Brooklyn, and I mean it's autumn now while we're filming, and it's absolutely beautiful. I mean the backdrop and the entrance to this park is breathtaking.
Yeah, this is Grand Armory Plaza, and it's the main entrance of Prospect Park, which is 3.4 miles around, and it's basically Brooklyn Central Park.
You know, the wide paths, paved paths that are specifically for runners look great just to be able to get out there and get a run done here.
Yeah, there's the main loop, but there's definitely these kind of random trails and dirt paths that you can kind of explore a little bit. And again, it's about half the size of Central Park, but it's still a pretty sizable park.
And the thing that I love most about this park, because I love a good fact, is that it's home to the most run Strava segment.
Yeah, the 3.4 mile loop is the most run segment in Strava.
Brilliant. So if you come travel and visit New York, you definitely have to come here and get it on Strava, because then you can be one of those however many people who've logged to that run as well. So we're going to go and check out some other bits of Prospect Park. So as well as the wide paths, and you've got the long meadow in Prospect Park, you've also got trails here that can lead to some beautiful places like this.
Yeah, like you don't get much better than this. Bridges, trees, trees changing color, but you can get lost a little bit in a good way. You're not gonna get too lost, but you can kind of travel around. There's all these nooks and crannies of the park, and you often stumble upon a beautiful little payday as like the view behind us.
Absolutely. Prospect Park is a great place to bring our secret tour of running in New York to an end. John, thank you so much for being such a brilliant host, run guide, and just legend. We've really enjoyed having you on the channel.
Thanks for having me. I'm looking forward to seeing the bits in London and throughout the UK that I haven't yet stumbled upon, so you can return the favor.
We'll do an exchange. Thank you, guys. And if you have any other places that maybe John hasn't put in, obviously New York is huge and we couldn't go everywhere because we weren't here for that
long.
Volume 1, we will be back. But if there are some favourite places that you guys have to run in New York City, please leave them in the comments below. We'd love to hear about them. And also that gives us an excuse to make volume 2. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the running channel, and we will see you next time.